Welcome one and welcome all to the review for episode 28. I know it's been a while since I've done these reviews, so we're going to try to do these things as quick as possible. I know they've been drawn out, so let's just cut out all that crap and let's go on to the review. The review of this episode is Dragon Ball episode 28. This is the first episode to start off without Frieza. Frieza's dead. The Resurrection F arc, the monstrosity of the Resurrection F arc is over with. The only real change in the title opening, which I find a little weird, that it went back to the old one, got rid of Frieza, obviously, no Tagoma and all that. But the only real difference is that Frieza is gone, of course, I said that already. The only real difference is Vegeta and Goku are in the title picture, not just Goku. So that's been changed. This episode starts with Whis and just chill, having a cup of tea, having a good old cup of tea. Goku and Vegeta doing 50,000 push-ups in the weighted clothing. Fun little fact here. The only manga I've read past the past the Battle of Gods arc in Toyotaro's manga is this one chapter here. And in that one, it was made a punishment to wear the suits that they are in. In this case, they're in these fat suits, and the fat suits are to help them train. Though it was different in the manga, it was a punishment by Whis because they went Super Saiyan Blue, which should be mentioned, is not mentioned in this episode. Super Saiyan Blue does not exist. So as of this episode, on when I did it, to my knowledge, on the 28th of February, Super Saiyan Blue, yeah, I said Saiyan, not Saiyan, is not the official term for Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It was probably just something Toyotaro made. They made a little joke about that in the manga, about it being a tongue twister. And I think it's Vegeta bites his tongue saying it. So they already kind of did that joke with the Frieza thing where he says he almost bit his tongue. Anyway, Vegeta and Goku are training. We have a new arrival in the house. We don't know who it is yet. Well, we do know who it is, but we don't know who it is yet. But he makes a big explosion. He likes to come in with a bang, so to speak. He wakes up Beerus, who apparently was having a nap, blames Vegeta and Goku. Really awesome moment. They were getting chased around by Beerus. He throws, I think I called them, what did I call him in that one review long ago? I don't even think I have it up anymore. Milky Way bomb or whatever. Beerus starts throwing a whole bunch of Milky Way bombs at them as he's trying to chase them out. We see the reveal of the visitors, Champa and Vados. I know they haven't been really introduced in this part yet, but I just said it anyway. Who gives a fuck? I probably shouldn't cuss in this, but anyway, the review is going on. Champa and Vados with their sexy ass voices. Let's just face it. Champa sounds sexy as fuck for a fat dude, and Vados is just, oh my goodness, that voice. I've been reading and saw that she plays Nico in One Piece, who is also a sexy lady. But none of that matters. They decide to park away. We'll say park. I guess that she doesn't make as graceful as a landing as Whis does when he comes to other planets. And they walk. Turns out Champa is out of shape, really fat. It shows. He tends to drink a drink at that point, and he's supposedly worried about calories, but she reminds him, being Vados, that because her scale, her little pole can be a scale apparently, that he is not really able to lose weight by what he's doing. He's like, oh, I walked a little bit, I got 0 weight now. That's not how it works, Champa. You need Weight Watchers. Anyway, let's go on to the table read, so to speak. Champa and Beerus are having a competition. This was also in the manga, if you read the manga, where they find the best foods on their Earth. Apparently this is a thing they do, and they pit them against each other to see whose world is better. That's right, he comes from another world, which is explained in this episode. He comes from Universe 7. We are in Universe 6. Champa is a fat Beerus. He is Beerus' twin brother. You know this already. Goku asks this. Vegeta confirms it. And I guess you could say that Vados confirms it. Another interesting fact is Vegeta is the one to say that Vados seems like she may be stronger than Whis. In the manga, it was Whis who said that she was stronger, or somebody said she was stronger. But it was said that she was stronger, like pretty much full on. Like she taught Whis what he knew, and then he goes on in the manga to say that things have changed, time has passed. He's more than likely stronger than her. They have not really full out said she was the strongest yet. It'd be really cool if it was, because it'd be really nice for the Dragon Ball world to have one of the strongest people be a female, because we needed more strong female characters in Dragon Ball. We had 18. She's kind of fallen to the wayside. You know, Resurrection F arc, she should have fought, but instead stayed home with the kids, or the kid. But they have their little competition. Let's get off my tangent. They have their little competition, and apparently there's like a dodo bird that's just gone extinct, or was thought to be extinct on Champa's, you know, in his universe and one of the planets, and he brings their eggs. They look miraculous. They're really nice eggs, and he's pretty cocky about how good these are. He offers one to Beerus. He gives one to Goku and Vegeta, who he doesn't really think much of, to be honest with you. And he's just kind of like, they're there, whatever, don't matter to me. Here, go have one of these eggs. So they eat one, and Vegeta lets us know how they taste, which they taste like regular eggs. Vegeta even says they look something special was about them, but they're just regular eggs. Goku thinks it's delicious because he's Goku, and he would eat a freaking tire iron if it had some hot sauce on it, or maybe some kind of wasabi. I don't know. But then they bring out the ultimate dish of hot, yummy ramen. That's right, they bring out the ramen that convinced Whis to train Vegeta. Is now what is going to convince Champa that Universe 6 is the best and better than the rest. I do like that Champa makes a joke about when they're waiting for the ramen to cook, that you sprinkle dust on it. It sounds disgusting. He's a funny character. I love Champa. He's like, this character is freaking hilarious. He's got this complex about him where he thinks he's the shit, but he's really not. Though I will mention that even though he's not as strong as Beerus, which they kind of hint to, he is still strong, and the fact that he is a god of destruction does mean that he has power. So he's still, maybe at this moment, to my knowledge, stronger than Goku and Vegeta in this type of area at this time. But they find out that Earth is where this delicious meal came from, and Vados searches up Earth. She needs Whis' help, of course. He helps her, and while he helps her, he calls her big sister. Vegeta and Goku have a little talk about, like, oh man, you hear that? Oh, he said sister, they're related, that's amazing. And then they're like, oh, I wonder which one's stronger. And you know, that's around the time when Vegeta starts to ponder that she may be stronger than Whis, because she doesn't leave any openings, and she looks like she's pretty much aware of what's going on. At that point, we learn about Universe 6 and 7, and as it turns out, if your universe numbers to number 13, you're a counterpart, so you're like a flip of a coin. This is Universe 6 and 7, they equal 13, so when you look at them, one is similar to the other. Universe 11 and 2, I believe he said. No, well, yeah, because that equals 13. Universe 11 and 2 would be the same. Universe 12 and 1 would be the same, because they equal out 13. So any numbers that equals out 13 means you are in the same universe, where you have you're similar in your universe. So that's pretty interesting. Goku needs to be explained a little bit more for the people who get a little confused by that fact. But after that, we find that Champa is nowhere in completion to how good the food is. And of course, Beerus wins. It's like, haha, you lose. And then we find that Champa has a brilliant idea. Well, he doesn't have a brilliant idea yet. He gets really pissed off, and he calls Beerus anorexic bastard after Beerus calls him he calls him chubby. So they get really pissed, and they get on top of the table when shit looks like it's about to go down. Even when they're not fighting, you can see that the planet starts to shake and rumble and crumble. And when they start to fight, they're attacking with such ferocity. They're just going 1 and 2, 1 and 2. They're hitting each other, but each one's blocking the other's punch. But as they're doing this, like, the table starts to turn to a gray matter, as if the molecular structure of the turtle of the table is made to be so weak that anything could just break it by just touching it, which it does. After Vados and we separate. We find out that gods of destruction cannot fight each other because if you remember in the Battle of the Gods, arc, we'll call it, slightly, Goku was a god at that point, and they almost destroyed their universe. Apparently, if Champa and Beerus had finished fighting, they would destroy both Universe 6 and 7 because they're so powerful. They were literally turning everything around them into brittle, breakable stones. And Beerus tells him to apologize, and Champa's like, no, he says in his sexy-ass voice, I will not apologize. I am going to finish what I was saying. So, he explains that we have Super Dragon Balls. And at this point, we find out that Super Dragon Balls on Earth, I was about to say Earth, Super Dragon Balls on Universe 7 are carved from stronger orbs. Sorry, let me repeat that. Universe 7's Dragon Balls are carved from a stronger stone, which is much larger than the Dragon Balls, and these have more power than the Dragon Balls. That's what the Super Dragon Balls are. There are 7 of them, just like there are 7 Dragon Balls. Champa has 6, and he proposes a tournament to face and see who gets the Dragon Balls, because the plan is whoever wins gets to create whatever wish they want. Champa wishes to have Earth of Universe 6 on Universe 7, switch Earths. That way Beerus has no more delicious food, and he can keep all the delicious food for himself, and he can get even fatter, even looking like Jabba the Hutt at the one point. Beerus' wish is unbeknownst at this point, but he is interested once we find that, Bulma could probably make a radar to find the 7th ball. So he was uninterested until that moment. And Vegeta says that Bulma could do it, but in the back of Vegeta's mind, he thinks, could this be a good idea? What could be the consequences? Because he doesn't know what Beerus would wish for. But Beerus is interested, and he agrees to it. Goku agrees to be a part of it. He's probably going to be number 1. I don't know. I don't read the manga after this, so we're all going to be in surprise if you don't read the manga like me, and you're just going to watch it like this. So it's agreed. We're going to have a tournament next episode. Let's go to that one. It's going to be great. Everybody's excited. Next episode. Can't really do predictions at this point because I've seen this episode. Not going to lie. We're doing these in a quick order. Not gonna lie, we have seen this episode, or I have seen this episode, so I can't really do a prediction. I'll tell you exactly what happens, though, in a very short manner before the review. They go to Earth, they convince Bulma to make a radar for Super Dragon Ball. She does it. We find out there's someone stronger than Goku. Who is that person? His name is revealed, his face is not. And that's the end of the episode. That's the end of the review. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going on to the next one. Quick fire, baby. Before we go, I mentioned last time it was weird about the Sakura leaves. Apparently Sakura leaves are mentioned in the lyrics. Who would have known? Okay, the end of this review, and good night, people. We all love you in the outer space land. Still long. Gosh darn it.